Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to day one of our Coach Basics training. Today we are going to talk all about vision. All right. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brooke Reed and I am the founder of Team Liberate. I have been a coach for almost 3 years. So I founded our team in 2015. And so, today we want to talk about vision and why it's so important to have this picture in your mind of what you want and what you crave from this business, okay? So the difference between successful coaches and not successful coaches is that successful coaches know that their vision and their dreams are a reality. There's no if it's gonna happen, I wish it would happen, it's just a matter of when it's gonna happen. Unsuccessful coaches are lacking that vision and that belief that if they work hard enough, that it will actually happen for them, okay? So you may or may not have heard about this escalator story. Pat talks about it a lot, Ashley Phil Dyson talks about it a lot, and I really love it. It really resonated with me when I first heard it, and it still sticks with me to this day. So basically, you want to think about your journey in this business, or your health journey, whatever journey it is that you're focusing on, as an escalator, right? And an escalator moves up. So when you step onto the escalator, you're starting to move up. And in this business, you can move up that escalator by, having this vision and having this vision at the top of the escalator and doing the things in this business that are going to help you get to the top of that escalator. Like, showing up for your social media followers and being this light for them to follow and to see that, their vision for their own life is a possibility. So many people get stuck in this notion that you have to go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a good job, work for 40 years, retire. That's not the way it has to be. There's options. So having that strong vision and belief at the top of that escalator is going to help move you up to the top of that escalator. It's going to help move you forward. But as a lot of coaches do, unfortunately, they will often take a step back. Maybe they don't think that they have the time to work this business, or maybe they put it on the back burner because something else in their life came up and is more important. Well, that's going to push you back down the escalator. So while you're trying to move up the escalator, those times that you take to stop or move backwards is going to push you back down. It's kind of like that notion of one step forward, 2 steps back. You gotta stay on your escalator. And in order to stay on your escalator, you need to continue to show up every single day, even when things get hard, even when it's not convenient, even when it's not comfortable, even when you don't feel like it. Because that's what successful coaches do, will show up day in and day out, no matter what, no excuses. You gotta stick it out through those hard times. But you want to show people that their options are endless. You have so much that you can accomplish by utilizing this business. We are so lucky to have this opportunity right in front of us to take and to grab and to run with. So many people get stuck in that mindset because that's what their best friend is doing. That's what their parents have taught them to do. That, you have to live your life a certain way. And we as coaches know that that is not the end game. We have options, which is, what I absolutely love about this business, because that is exactly what this opportunity gave to me. So let me take you back to my life. Brooke in 2015. So when, right before I got started as a coach, I had been teaching. So at that time I'd been teaching for 3 years. I was a kindergarten teacher. And when I first started teaching 3 years prior to that, I absolutely loved it. I put my heart and soul into my job. I worked 12-hour days. I would go home with bags of papers to grade, and my husband would be helping me at night, and I would come home, eat dinner, and then get on the couch and watch TV while I did more work. All day Sunday was dedicated to schoolwork. And I didn't mind it at first because I didn't know anything else. I only had a boyfriend at the time. We lived together, but we weren't married yet. We only had a dog, no kids yet or anything like that. So I could, my life could revolve around my job. But then as I continued on in my teaching career, I started to see how much of a negative impact that career was having on my life. So if you can imagine, you can kind of imagine my life at that time. I was putting all my time and energy into my job, which, if you can guess, meant I was putting no time and energy into my life and the things that I loved and my health and my relationships. So I definitely gained some weight. My migraines came back with a vengeance. I was not eating well, so I was feeling like crap. I was not sleeping enough, so I had no energy or no desire to work out or even care about what I was eating. It was like this catch-22. I couldn't get out of it. And so around that time, I started following my coach, Andrea Wallace, on social media, and she was living this life that I had always dreamed of. But like I said before, I was one of those people who had a closed mindset. I didn't know that anything else was possible. I wished it. I wanted it, I wanted to have this life that she had. But before I started following her, I didn't think it was possible because, I went to school, I got my teaching degree, and I was teaching, and I thought that's what I was supposed to do for the rest of my life. But watching her on social media showed me that there was another way. Like, I didn't have to stay in this lifestyle that I started to really resent and not really like anymore. So, this was Annie. She had 2 boys. She was staying home with her kids, but she was still making an income. She seemed really happy. She was a part of this amazing team and network. And that was like exactly what I wanted for my life. I was looking at my life at that time, like exhausted, frustrated. And then I saw her and I said, you know what? Why not me? If she can do that, I can do that. And so I jumped in 2015 and I never looked back. My coaching career started only 4 months before I got pregnant. So the first year that I was coaching, I had gained 60 pounds. But, I just showed up and I related to my followers who, at the time were a lot of soon-to-be moms or pregnant women or new moms who were busy, who wanted to get back into shape. And or moms who, and that was for the health piece of it. For the business piece of it, I had, a following of moms who maybe were teaching or working, like I was, who wanted the option of staying home like I did, or who were staying home already but wanted something else, wanted something more, wanted to be part of something bigger. So, so that's when I jumped into coaching and just being a part of this team and being a part of this movement that Beachbody has put in front of us just started to show me, my eyes started to open to the possibilities of this business. Like, holy crap. If these people on Team Boom and these other coaches in Team Beachbody have had this success, then that means I can have this success too. If they can stay home, I can stay home, because that was my ultimate goal. When I first started, my passion was to stay home with my babies. When I first started coaching, I didn't have any babies yet, but the type A planner in me knew I would have babies one day, and I knew I wanted to have the option to stay home with them, as my mom did with my sister and I. And so, I was able to dream bigger once Beachbody came into my life. I was able to see that there was a path to achieving my goals because of Beachbody. And so, you just want to continue to show up on your social media every day for your followers to show them that they too have options. So, but your income is a direct reflection of the number of people that you help. So, like I said in the escalator story, you just have to keep showing up, because when you keep showing up for yourself, you're inadvertently showing up for other people and showing them that they have options too. So by helping them will help your business move forward. So you just have to really stop and think about what sets your soul on fire. As Ashley Feldison says, what burns in your belly? What do you want? What do you crave in your life and in this business? That needs to stand at the top of the escalator, and the actions that you take every single day are gonna move you higher to that goal at the top of the escalator. But you can't take any breaks, because when you take breaks, that's showing your followers that, maybe if you can't be there for yourself, then how are you gonna be there for them? So you just have to keep showing up every single day. And when coaches quit, it's because they didn't set this vision. They didn't think, dig deep and think about their why. And so that's the difference, like I said, between the successful coaches and the unsuccessful coaches. But the coolest part is that to be successful in this business, you get to focus on you first. Once you focus on you, the rest will kind of just fall into place. While you're focusing on you and you're showing up on your social media and you're showing up for your followers, those are seeds that you're planting. You're planting, imagine that your business is this field. And every social media post, every time you work out, every time you share a transformation, those are little seeds that are starting to be planted. Even if you don't realize that they're being planted, even if you don't realize that people are watching, or because they're not liking your stuff, they're not commenting on your stuff, they're watching still. And those are seeds that are being planted. And every time you keep coming back and showing up and sharing your success and sharing your happiness, those seeds are going to start to sprout. And eventually those people who are following you and watching your story, they're going to be ready to join you. But that means you need to be here 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, because it can take people a while to watch. I watched Annie for 2 freaking years. Biggest regret in this business, but I did. But thankfully, Annie was still showing up. She was still dedicated to this business and to achieving her vision. So when I was ready 2 years later, when I was starting to sprout, she was here and we ran together. So you just have to have that vision and keep showing up every single day so that when people are ready to join you, you are ready to help them. Okay? So I want you to write it down. Write down your vision, put it somewhere where you're gonna see it every day. I tell people to either, put it on their bathroom mirror, because you get ready in the morning, every morning, it's right there. Put it on your dashboard in your car. Get a freaking tattoo of it. I don't care, but have that vision and stick to it and run with it and let that vision drive you. It's okay if your vision as a brand new coach today is a little bit different than what your vision will be 3 years from now. 3 years ago, I just wanted to stay home with my baby. I've achieved that. I'm home with him. It's Friday morning at 11 o'clock and I'm home. So now my vision is to, we just moved into this big, beautiful home. So now my vision is to be able to live comfortably in this house and to not have to say no to my babies, to be able to go on vacation, to bring my husband home, even part-time would be nice, to have no stress and not have to say no to my kids. So, I just want you to know that you deserve it. Whatever you crave, whatever sets your soul on fire, I want you to know that you 100% deserve it. And the ability to achieve it is in your fingertips right at this very moment. It's up to you to take this opportunity and run with it and make your dreams a reality. So get out of your comfort zone. Comfort zones totally suck. Who wants to stay in their comfort zone? More likely than not, you're not going to achieve your goals by staying in that comfort zone. So get out of it and don't look back and don't think twice about it. I'm running this business. I'm running in this business. I have big freaking goals. I have lots of things that set my soul on fire. I am working towards the top of my escalator, and I want you to join me. Because let's be honest, when you're doing this thing together, it is way more fun, and we can help each other, and we can reach the top of our escalators together. So, you need a vision to be successful. Think about it, write it down. I want to hear it. And once you have gone through all of these videos, we will chat more, and I want to hear about your vision. All right? Thanks for listening, guys. Get ready for day 2. Bye.